Hello and welcome back to the Poppy Palmer blog. Today I'm going to be doing one of Mary Berry's recipes, which is of the 2014 British Bake Off, and it was the Hazelnut Dacquoise. It's found in this recipe book, but I'll also link it below. I hope you enjoy. So to get started, you need to first make your hazelnut meringue. So in a large bowl, I have put 6 large egg whites, and I'm going to whisk those using my KitchenAid for about 2 minutes, and then gradually add some sugar. So my egg whites have now doubled or even tripled in size, and they're really light and fluffy. And now the next thing to do is add gradually 200 grams of custard sugar while it's beating. So I've incorporated all of my sugar into my egg white meringue mixture, and the last thing to do is just add a tiny pinch of salt and give it one last good beat. There we are, lovely. Now the next thing to do, in this bowl I have 250 grams of chopped toasted hazelnuts, 100 grams of caster sugar, and 25 grams of corn flour. And what I'm going to do is take my meringue mixture and carefully fold the hazelnut mixture into the meringue. So just tip it in. And carefully fold that through. Be really gentle because you don't want to knock all the air out of the egg whites. So once you've mixed your hazelnut and your meringue mixture, it should look something like this. And the next thing to do is pipe 3 21 centimeter in diameter discs onto greaseproof paper. So over here, I have my piping bag, and it's not that big, so I'm going to have to fill it up twice. And then I've got one baking tray, and I've drawn a circle. What I'm going to do is fill up about half the mixture into the piping bag, and then pipe a circle. So you want to push the meringue mixture right down to the bottom and make sure there's no air. Woo! Okay, so I've got no nozzle on the end, and it's about 2.5 centimeters. And what I'm going to do is start in the middle and create a spiral right around the outside. Just like that. And you can see it's about 1 centimeter in height, and it's perfectly circular. I'm going to do the other 2 discs, and I'm going to place them into the oven at 150 degrees for a whole hour. So the next stage is to make the coffee like custard that you'll layer the hazelnut meringue with, and then the coffee custard. So to make that, I've got a heat-proof bowl with 2 tablespoons of coffee, 3 large egg yolks, and 125 grams of caster sugar. What I'm going to do is just hand whisk those until they're all combined. And the next stage is to add 50 grams of corn flour, a teaspoon at a time. And it's just going to make it really nice and thick. So once you've fully incorporated all the ingredients, it should be a lovely caramel colour and really nice and smooth. Now the next stage is to add 160 millilitres of full fat milk, and I've brought that to the boil and it's just sitting here, and it's been cooling here for about a minute just while I've been stirring those together. And this part may be a little tricky. What you have to do is tip a tiny bit of milk in at a time and just keep whisking. Just like that. Okay, when that's combined, what you want to do is tip all of this mixture back into your saucepan, and we're going to place that on the heat for 2 to 3 minutes. So once you've placed the mixture back on the heat, it needs to be on quite high because you want it to boil for about a minute. Then you need to reduce the heat and whisk continuously for 2 to 3 minutes until it starts to thicken. Okay, you know your mixture is ready when it looks like custard. Now I'm going to take that off the heat, let it cool, and then put it in the fridge until it's completely cold. So the next stage is to make the chocolate ganache for the pretty little decoration on top. So over here I have boiled 150 millilitres of double cream, and I'm just going to pour that into a bowl that has 150 grams of dark chocolate. And I'm just going to stir that together until it's all combined. Okay, so when it's chocolate lump free and it's really glossy and smells delicious, you know it's done. And what I'm going to do is pop that into the fridge until it's completely cooled. So the next stage is to make the caramel for the hazelnut praline. So what I've done is put a very clean saucepan on a high heat, and I'm going to add about 50 grams of caster sugar. And what you want to do is leave it alone completely. Don't stir it or anything, and it's just going to melt down and it's going to turn a really nice golden caramel colour. What I'm going to do is to take the hazelnuts and make them into clusters of 3 on the baking paper so you can get them off when they're cool. So the next stage is to whip 300 milliliters of double cream until they form soft peaks. Again, I'm going to be using my KitchenAid because I find it the easiest. And then we're going to fold that into the coffee cream mixture. Okay, so once your cream is nice and whipped, it should hold its shape just like that. What you want to do is grab your cooled coffee mixture and mix half of the cream in. Just to loosen it up a little bit. So when that mixture is really nice and smooth, you want to gently fold in the rest of the cream. Okay, then the last thing to do is assemble everything together. So once you've completed all the individual components, the last thing to do is put everything together. So here I've got one of my cooled hazelnut meringue discs and I'm going to put it on a cake stand, and I'm going to take 1/3 of my coffee cream and place it on top and just smooth that around evenly. Okay, the next stage is to get another one of your meringue discs and place it right on top again. And take another 1/3 of your coffee mixture and place it on top. And smooth it out to the edges. Just like that. And grab your last meringue disc, preferably the prettiest one, because this is going to be the top everyone sees, and place it right on top of the other 2 discs. Now instead of putting the coffee cream on top of this one, what we're going to do is actually put it around the sides. So it's going to be quite fun. My suggestion is take a tiny bit at a time and place it upwards, and then we can smooth it out. And once you've got the coffee cream completely around the outside, you can go around and fix up all the little spaces and holes that you missed the first time. So just try and make it as smooth as you can, but it doesn't matter if it's not perfect, because we're going to dust the edges with some toasted hazelnuts. So again, another messy job. I've got about 100 grams of toasted hazelnuts, and I'm just going to sprinkle them and pat them against the side. This part is very messy. Okay, I'm just going to quickly wash my hands and I'm going to finish it off. Okay, I've just cleaned up a little bit because it did get it pretty messy. And the last thing to do is pipe your chocolate ganache. So I've put my ganache, which has been sitting in the fridge for about an hour, into a piping bag. And I've got an M1 nozzle on it because you want to make a pretty rosette pattern. And you need to do 12 of these. So I'm going to do it like a clock. Do 12 o'clock and 6, and then 3 and 9, and then pipe in 2 sections. So let's see how this goes. Okay, lovely. Now the last thing to do is get your little clusters of hazelnut and just pop them on each individual piped bit of ganache. Okay, and that is how you make my hazelnut dacquoise. I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog. I know there was lots of individual elements, but once you put everything together, I think it looks absolutely fantastic and should taste delicious. So you should definitely try it at home. If you've liked my vlog, please subscribe to my channel, and if you've liked any of the products, please visit www.poppypalmer.com, and I will see you next week. Bye!